Hello everyone, I would like to present the result of our research entitled Examining the Business Organization of Creative Industries in an Emerging Market. My name is Julieta Mimi from the School of Economics and Business, Telkom University, Bandung, Indonesia. The data in this study is taken from the study of the 2021 West Java Province Creative Economy Profile, organized by the West Java Province Office of Communication and Informatics. First, I will explain to you the background of the study. The creative economy in Indonesia has a good progress. It is shown by, for example, the export value of the creative economy products is targeted to increase 14% from 16.9 billion US dollar in 2020 to 19.26 billion US dollar in 2024. The added value of the creative economy is also targeted to increase 42% from 1,157 trillion rupiah in 2020 to 1,641 trillion rupiah in 2024. The national creative economic growth is 5.1% recorded in 2019. It is higher than the national economic growth, which is 5.02%. The contribution of the creative economy regional GDP to the economy of the West Java province in 2010-2016 is 11.14%. In the regional context, this one considered as one of the drivers of the economic activity. Another information show that the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development has designated the 2021 as the International Year of the Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. It is known that the creative economy development in Indonesia is assisted by the UK. However, there is a difference between these two countries to divide its creative economy. The UK divide its creative economy into 9 subsectors. However, in Indonesia divide its creative economy into 16 subsectors. So the UK is more simplified the subsector. We have seen that a lot of progress happened in Indonesian creative economy. However, there is still no comprehensive information about the companies within the sector, especially in the context of the West Java province. So there is an urgency to conduct a research to capture the organization of the creative industries companies. So the research question is, how is the current condition of the creative industries companies in West Java? The methodology used by this research is, the method is quantitative. We use online questionnaire as our instrument, and we use purposive method as our sampling method, and we got respondent of 952 creative industries companies in West Java from all the 16 subsectors. This is a cross-sectional research that is conducted in May to June 2021. So this is our result of the research. So from the respondent, it can be seen that craft, culinary, and fashion is the most dominant subsector in the West Java, because craft had the proportion of 29%, culinary has the proportion of 26%, and fashion has the proportion of 16%. The age of the creative industries business people is dominated by the range of 30 to 49 years old, which are 40 to 44, proportion is 19%, 45 to 49, the proportion is 17%, 35 to 39, the proportion is 16%, and 30 to 34, the proportion is 15%. However, the all age range are present here. So all ages are available as the creative industries business people. Now about the gender. So the gender of the creative industries business people is dominated by male that has 56% proportion. However, the difference with female is not so high because the female proportion is 44%. How about the educational background? So the educational background of the creative industries business people is dominated by the high school graduate with 39% proportion. It is followed by the bachelor degree graduate with the proportion of 35% and followed by the diploma graduate with 12% proportion. In addition, there is also secondary, master degree, primary school, and doctoral degree graduate with smaller proportion. After explaining the characteristic of the business people in the previous slide, I will move to the characteristic of the business itself. So I will start with the year starting the business in the creative industry sector. So the most dominant year starting the creative industries is from 2016 to 2021 that has a proportion of 55%, followed by the business that start in 2011 to 2015 with the proportion of 20%, 23% I mean. And there is also another year to start the business, but with smaller proportion. We also have the business that start before 1997 with the proportion of 4%. Now we move to the creative industries business location. So the most dominant location to conduct the business, to run the business, is still inside the house. The proportion is 74%, and the rest, 26%, is conducted outside the house. Now, if we look to the business classification, so the business classification of the creative industries in West Java is still strongly or highly dominated by the household with the proportion of 82%. The one that already moved or already formed a company is still less. The proportion is still 18%. Now we move to the creative industries business category. There are two categories. The first is the formal, the one that have had and gotten permission from the authorized official and the business that has been officially registered. And second, informal one. So in the West Java, most of the creative industries company or business already formalized. It has 63% proportion. On the other hand, the informal one has only 37% of proportion. Now we arrive to the last result of our research about the creative industry's legal entity status. It is shown that no legal entity has the proportion of 43%. Since no legal entity has a proportion of 43%, so that the other that has legal entity has the proportion of 57%. What is the dominant legal entity? The dominant legal entity is others with the proportion of 29%, followed by the special permit with the proportion of 12%, and CV with 9%, limited company with 4%, foundation 2%, and cooperative or pension fund with a proportion of 1%. Now I would like to show you the comparison of results. So in this slide, we can see four charts. We would like to compare between location, business classification, business category, and also legal entity status. First, the location show that the dominant location is inside the house with 74%. The business classification is still dominated by the household with 82% proportion. However, in the business category, we can see that the dominant business category is formalized with 63% proportion. So this is the finding of our research. From the previous slide, we can see that although 74% the business run inside the house and 82% run in the form of the household, there are 63% of them already formalized. What does it mean? 63% of them have had and gotten permission from the authorized official, and the business has been officially registered. So this condition is strengthened by the data that shows 57 of them have had their legal entity status. But from this 57%, the dominant answer is others with the proportion of 29%. So what is the conclusion from our research? So the creative industries business in West Java is dominantly run inside the house and classified as the household industry. However, many of them are already aware of the legal aspect. This is proven by the 63% of them are formalized, and also 57% of them have had their legal entity status. Other legal entity that is considered as the dominant answer, which is 27% of 57%, can be the form of firm, can be the form of foreign companies representative, or can be the form of individual private company. So, further study is needed to ensure what is the form of the legal entity dominated by. This is beneficial because we would like to make sure, we would like to make the effective policy for the industry. Okay, that's my presentation of our research. Thank you very much for your attention, and we can have our Q&A session after this.